Friday. I know nobody's in here right now, but I'm glad to be here. I hope you guys are too. Excuse me. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. As I've said before, we are at the weekend. So today we're going to work on some painting that we're going to go here. Um, I was painting these guys in the style of kind of a Dead Space esque um, style, but my wife, Dr. M, who is a frequent flyer on this channel, aka she paints better than me, made this style, and honestly, I'm kind of wanting to stick to it. So we're going to paint all of these guys like this. That's the established order of things. So, and while we're doing this as well, I'm going to be watching football on this TV. Granted, I'm not going to show what I'm watching because I feel like that's a bad idea. So, because I don't want to get copyright struck. So, I'm going to watch some football, and you guys are free to interact with me, talk with me, hang out, all that stuff. I'm excited for football season, guys. This is going to be a good season. Um, I hope whatever team you're hoping wins, I hope, they win or have a really good showing of it. If you like college football, that's awesome. If you're a pro person, just let me know. Let me know in the comments. That'll be all that matters. All right, so let's get to it. So the first guy, so this was our Grenadier, and this was the guy that I worked on the other day. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll probably keep him relatively contained. I would want to go back over him, but honestly, that would just take too much time. So we're just probably going to make this guy the odd man out, if you will. Um, and that'll be okay because we'll figure out ways to improve him later. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and start with this guy. Of course, we'll be using Army Painter stuff as well. I'm a big Army Painter guy. I'm not sponsored, unfortunately, although I'd love to be. We're going to start with using the Grim Black, and what I might do is I might go across and just do all of these guys sitting right here. Here, we'll do this. And we'll get our dude that's supposed to be our major guy here. And if you guys are wondering about the models, these are from Red Maker Studios. They're a kill team, Navy Breacher esque design, but they're also really big on certain things as well. Oh, gotta shake up. All right, let's get to it. We'll keep our stuff right here as well so everybody can see the finished results. But yeah, first and foremost, we're going to start off with a nice, generous coat of this contrast, or the speed paint. I shouldn't say contrast, it's a speed paint. Let me know if you guys have any volume problems, anything else. I think I saw some people in here. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, let me fix the camera here so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. Let me know if you guys have any quiets. If it's too quiet, too loud, if I'm shattering your eardrums, let me know. I tried to do a little audience balancing. Oh, yeah, and I got a LePair. Sir Ooch, good to see you. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. I believe that's one of our normals that come and hop into the stream. That's Swick. Thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate it. Or miss, I appreciate it. Or whatever gender you identify as. I appreciate you being here. I might use a bigger brush because this is not going to work. Let me use a bigger brush here. All right. I need a bigger brush. Let me see. Hell, that's much better. All right. Oh, that is not wet at all. All right. Let me wet this guy a little bit here. Howdy, everybody. Have a magnificent weekend. Enjoy yourself. Fireworks and keep having fun. Mr. Mitty. I am currently painting, my man. What you doing, bro? Oh, thanks, Saruch. I appreciate that. Is there fireworks this evening? I guess I'm in America. I don't know. Mr. Mitty, I am currently painting some not Space Marines. I am currently painting some models to look like my man's here. This is Kill Team. Thank you. It is cool. I appreciate it. I painted a few guys the other day, and my wife blew it out of the water with her paint scheme that she kind of cooked up for these guys. So we're probably going to just follow her lead on how these guys should look. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with that anyways. I wasn't expecting too much. But these guys I feel like will be fine. I think they'll look really good. Man, I'm already out of paint. Don't you hate it when your partner paints better minis than you do? Because I don't. Yo, that's sick though. Not gonna lie. Yeah, man, it's pretty nice. It's a good. It's definitely a good skin scheme. I pick up the. Um, it's definitely a better scheme than what I was cooking up because I originally wanted the guys to look like Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. So there's like a stark difference, right? You look at this one, you look at that one, you're like, holy shit, you're obviously going to take the one on the left, right? And that's reasonable. But I will say the scheme itself was what I wanted to cook up. Aurora, hello, good to see you again. Um, this is definitely a better scheme, which of course again my wife did it, so I'm obviously not surprised. I just wish the scheme was better. But anyways, to be what it is, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get it taken care of. Honestly, this is kind of what I was hoping to do anyways. I thought the scheme was kind of lame. Not in like a thought the scheme was bad. I thought the scheme I feel like I'm screaming. Let me quiet down here. I'm so sorry. I don't think the scheme is bad, but I don't necessarily like I definitely was like, I feel like I could do more. And so she took my words and was like, okay, well then I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do this and like, make them look more kind of like, units that are kind of on the ground force here. Definitely are some of the best looking guys. All right, let me get this taken care of. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about Warhammer or Kill Team, which is what the game that these are designed for, please let me know. I'll gladly tell you guys about that stuff. It's one of my favorite games GW's made ever. Maybe spray paint is faster. So I do have spray paint, but you're gonna see why we're doing the black instead. So these guys are white spray painted already, but we are doing this for layering and like highlights and stuff. And I'll show you why here in just a moment once this paint kind of dries. Um, you can get a lot with spray paint, but the issue comes with detailing. Detailing sometimes loses a lot with it, but you are totally right where you're like, oh, you probably could have used spray paint and would have been fine. You're right, I could have, but we don't want to lose a lot of the details that we get within this here. Because if we lose a bunch of the details, then it's over, right? Because we're losing a lot of all this other stuff. And I'm not going to necessarily worry about painting the things that I can't see because this is a big shield. I don't want to have that blocked. So we're going to go ahead. Can you just use this marker for details after you spray paint? So this is a paintbrush. I really do want the spray paint. There are some markers that you can use to do that with. The detailing itself kind of gets muddied when you're spray painting the models, especially when you spray paint them black. Like example, you see like these armor bits here and here. With spray painting, you can like kind of muddy these details up, and it kind of gets all this like clunky looking stuff itself. So in exchange, what you usually do, or what I usually do at least, is I'll go over the models, and this is like a really good brush on paint that is designed to go over creases and everything else. It's a magical paint. I love the army painter stuff. It's such a magical paint, but I digress. Simping for army painter will not get me far, or it does if I hope. But as you can see, like you get your details all taken care of right there, right? You see how everything is within that detail? You're welcome. Hey, thank you for asking questions. I appreciate it and keeping me company. It's a matter of perspective. Plus the speed paint. Oh man, it's just nice. Let me see if I can try to finish up this guy. And he like blends in. But you'll see what we'll do here with this as well when we finally get around to doing it. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to finish up. I'm going to do a little bit of the matte black here. Okay. Now I have some acrylic face paints as well. These are just contrasts that I'm using. We're just going to dig into those cracks. Like we're getting an itch on our back or something like that. I like the McFarland. Oh, really? The McFarland Warhammer stuff? Man, that's cool. I forgot that. I mean, I don't know. I completely forget that McFarland makes Warhammer stuff. I forgot that they did do that for a bit. Now it's Joy Toy or whatever. I mean, I think it's the same thing. I don't necessarily know if it's that much of a difference, but yeah, that stuff's cool. I was looking at getting a few of those models too. Um, Definitely out of my price range though. The prices on those things are, I understand because they're like, big plastic models, but sheesh, I can't afford it. I was able to obtain some of the Warhammer. Oh, really? That's cool, dude. What'd you get? All right, we're gonna zoom it out here. We're gonna leave that guy right there, and now we're gonna work on this guy. Let me know what you got. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. I'm sorry. Is probably what I should say, honestly. Man, the black looks so goofy when you're painting over the white. It's like, oh, okay. We're gonna keep going though. We're still using the exact same black. We're not moving from anywhere else. We haven't moved from anything else yet. Um, we just want to go black around the model as much as we physically can because we're going to just go around that and really, really just keep making sure that we're going to base these guys black. I know it's an extra process um, that you can use. Joy Toy and McFarlane still make Warhammer? Really? Well, I know Joy Toy makes Warhammer. I didn't know if McFarlane still made Warhammer stuff. I guess I'm out of touch. I know they make a handful of the action figures, but I didn't know if they still. I know that there was like a whole falling out thing with them a million years ago when they were making stuff. But I'm kind of glad that they still make stuff though. That's cool. I'm so excited. I'm definitely excited for these scheme here for these guys once we get them done here. Oh man, a dry brush effect would have been really cool on these guys. I might try that out. Ooh, I just stuck my finger in the paint. Whoops. And I'll do a dry brush effect. If people are like, "What's a dry brush effect?" I'll show you here in just a sec. Actually, might be a good thing to do for the bronze guy if we can figure it out. I got the metallic ones. Oh, that's cool. Like the metallic minis, or like the. I didn't know if they made like metallic action figures, but it makes sense that they made. I know that Warhammer did make metallic minis. Oh my gosh, they keep talking about freaking Corso. Well, let his man have his day. All right. When is this game supposed to start? I have my phone right now. I have no Joy Toy though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. They're expensive as shit. They're very expensive, so I understand why you're like, I don't have this. I've been looking at. There was one that they were doing like a sale or something a while back. Uh, and if you are a previous member of the channel, you would know I am a big Custodes fan, like massive Custodes fan. So I used to play Custodes a lot, and one of my favorite characters ever is a character named Constantine Valdor, who is the first Captain General of the Custodes. He's got this really cool lore about him. He's a really cool guy. I think he's probably one of my favorite characters within the Warhammer universe. But the original Warhammer is very expensive. I agree. The McFarlane Warhammer is more expensive. Now, yeah, that is true. This is very true. Warhammer in general is very pricey. It's hard to get into the hobby when you're like, I'm on a budget. That's why so originally I originally got my resin printer when I was in college, and I wasn't married. Um, and I printed, a handful of things. Uh, I printed a lot. I printed enough that I thought I needed a bigger printer, and then when I got married and we moved. We've been moving ever since and kind of moving around. I thought I would never have a chance to set up. Thankfully, I am lucky enough that I have a little space that I am able to print and get my printing stuff done. That's been hellaciously nice. Oh man, I'm losing the details. I think on the pauldrons on those pads. Let me check the thing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so we never really. I struggled a little bit to find a spot. Finally got a spot, and now I'm printing a lot, which helps kind of set off the cost. Because then I look at like Warhammer's. Excuse me. I look at. I got the old metallic mini one at the. That's cool because they don't even make like the metallic minis anymore. I wish they would. They'd bring back just a like, even if it's just like a singular model. Bring back one to do like oh hey, by the way, we're releasing this again. Granted, I don't know, the scalping would be bad, but I would appreciate them doing like a hey man, to honor whatever edition that came out this time, like an anniversary. That'd be cool if they ever did that. It'd be expensive as heck though, and I imagine the scalping would be bad. But what was I saying? I keep jumping from topic to topic. There's no wonder people don't stay. um I look now back to the printing topic at hand. I'll like double check. I'm like, okay, do I really need this box? No. Okay, then I'm not gonna get it. But if it's something I'm like really wanting, and I'm like, well, I think it would be a good grab. The price is kind of in my range. I think it's a good grab. Or I'm kind of about it. I'll get it. Um, I don't. I try. I mainly just print kill teams because I feel like kill teams are, in my opinion, the thing that, like, if you're gonna get into Warhammer and you're wanting to play the game and you're wanting to keep like within a budget and cost effectiveness, I mean, a box of these guys is like, I mean, $65, which is expensive, but I think of it as like the price of a video game that you can get from like whatever console you want. I think that's what I recommend quite a bit. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I recommend that over, I think, anything else, because I feel like if you let me see here. All right, let me try the speed paint again here. I keep running out of paint really quickly. I'm gonna just do a big old freaking ploop of it here. There we go. I now have I can just pick up a kill team now and it'll be fine. Oh hey, look, his arm's detached. Okay, we gotta fix that after we're done painting him. While we're waiting for him to dry, we'll worry about fixing his arm after we get him dried. Wonder what happened. Probably just the glue unadhesed. One of the many downsides of resin. I say like this isn't some nice looking models. They're so small though, it's hard to keep them in the box and they come with so many accessories. That is true. Um I agree with you on that regard. I think the best way that we do it, so we have a little container um of like all of our little kill theme stuff that we can have, and like the chips and all the other stuff that we come with. It helps. It really helps make them, you know, reasonable, because the tokens and all that other stuff, if you lose even one of them, it sucks because you gotta like find another place to print. Which, I mean, the good thing is you could always find the paper online to print more, but they're not cardboard anymore, so they're kind of like low-key flimsy, and it's kind of scary to like, you know, do the cardboard stuff. Oh, that's right, that was his arm that was done attached. Okay, we'll fix that. We gotta be careful then. All right. I know I shouldn't probably be painting over the plasma, but we'll be able to probably go back over with the teal or go back over with the white and, flesh it out a little bit. We'll be able to fix it, I think. Let's see here. I also do want to keep one so I can make for a short tonight. Or yeah, I'll probably make a short tonight. But I wanted to stream because I haven't done that in a while, and I was like, streaming would be fun. You're able to create your own custom accessories, though. That is true. I am. Um, with resin and everything else, I am able to print my stuff, which is pretty nice. But also, I really like the ability to be able to just print these guys. These guys are pretty rad. All right, I'm gonna set these guys off to the side while we're waiting for them to dry. We're gonna just go ahead and keep on priming that mini. I say priming, it's already primed. We're doing our base coat. Which guys like this that are super detailed, oh man, you'll get all that nice stuff settling in its recesses and it'll make it look 10 times cooler, which is so nice. Ugh. Oh man, gotta flex my fingers a little bit. I do like, man, I really wish that they'll start the game. What time is it? It's 6:35. I guess they don't start the game till 7, so we're about 30 or 40 minutes early. If you're asking what game I'm watching, I am currently watching on the television. I am watching college football, so I am a college football fan. And we're going to, and well, we're not going to watch anything. You're welcome to join me through like a simulcast or anything else. I cannot show the game because I will get copyright struck. And let me tell you, it's bad. We'll be watching, I think it's Colorado versus Georgia Tech, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing tonight while I'm painting this stuff. I'll usually have like music on in the background and stuff, but I've been really struggling the last few times with like the copyright system. You know, either making my audio sound like super quiet or something else. So I don't necessarily know what's fully, transpiring there, but obviously it's not something good, so it is what it is, but not necessarily the greatest. Okay. I feel like that guy's good. All right. Oh, keep talking about Micah Parsons getting traded, man. I guess it is pretty big. Okay. Lord of mercy. I'm gonna go through this whole thing of speed paint. I'm already almost out. All right, we got to be careful. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited for college football to be back. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if anybody watches it. Probably not. I have a also what's really interesting is I have like a European audience, like a pretty big European audience, which is pretty great. Um, that brings me joy, dude. I love the fact that I'm like, because it's like, oh, I'm only gonna get people from my own backyard, and it's like, no, I have like people from like Poland and all this other place. It was like super exciting to be able to be a part of. That's what I'm really kind of, excited for at least to have all these people from these, far away places. But definitely interesting to say the least. This reminds me of collecting Pokemon cards. Yeah, kind of. Um, it is very much like a like Pokemon collection. I used to have a big freaking deck when I was a kid because I would always ask for, like for birthday or Christmas, like, hey, what do you want? I would always ask for like the biggest sets. And of course, my family was like, well, we're not gonna buy you these sets or whatever. That's when you had like a grandparent that'd come in clutch, and get you like a big Pokemon card set. Man, oh man, good days. Those were some good days, man. The money was, I mean, it was expensive then. I couldn't imagine doing it now, though. My gosh. But dude, I used to have like a shiny Gyarados. That was really cool. I really loved, playing Pokemon when I was a kid. I also really was a big collector of the games too. Oh man. I had an old school, excuse me. Let me keep brushing off my stuff here. I had an old school let me do this. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. There we go. Um I keep like clearing my throat. I'm like losing my mind right now. I used to have like all the old school Game Boys and everything else I used to play all the time. They were great. Definitely an experience, man. Good core memories there playing Pokemon. All right. I wonder if I can hear. I'm gonna quickly turn on the subtitles. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Is there another way to turn on the subtitles? There is. There's no captions available. That sucks. Yeah, that's right, because it's live. Man, I really wish that makes me kind of bummed. How much of the deaf audience is here on this community that's watching it live, Even that makes me think like now for even my community, how many members are here that can't understand what I'm saying and there's not necessarily a big plot line of what I'm doing. And obviously, I'm doing something with my hands, so I can't introduce them or say hello or anything else like that. Man, they need to figure out how to make closed captioning audio happen, for the sake of the platform being better. Man, oh man, are you guys, man, these guys are looking pretty stout. Got my hands black painted and all. Okay, let me quickly get this guy's boot. Okay. Warhammer should appreciate. Wait, Warhammer should appreciate, evaluate, should appreciate and value like Pokemon. In my opinion, you did good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I feel like in a lot of ways I'm with you on that, but I'm also like it's kind of a double-edged sword, because like the problem that I have too, which I mean, if you're in a hobby like this, it's expensive and it's kind of not necessarily cost effective, and you're trying to figure out ways to be cost effective. Like anytime there is a release that has like any relation to like a fear or like limited availability or anything else, you're dealing a lot with people that know for a fact that there's going to be somebody willing to put out big money for stuff. And so like you get like basically what's happening, which is scalping. Like you get like all those guys that are going out of their way to like basically pick fights in malls and all these other places that sell Pokemon cards because well, somebody's going to buy that pack, right? Somebody's going to spend the, 2 to 3, you're going to be able to sell it at a higher price. Um and you're going to be able to pretty much lose, and that's just not, I guess, not really fair or a value in a lot of ways to some people, and I think it's a double-edged sword. I think there needs to be an appreciation. I feel like the Warhammer community appreciates a lot of the older stuff, but doesn't fully, like get like, I don't know, there seems to be kind of a lack of like, oh man, look how old school these like art is or anything else. Like I wish we did that. I wish the Warhammer community would do that with like old codexes. I think there's a lot of really good art in the old codexes that are really pretty, and I think a lot of people are like, well, I only liked it when this artist or this artist did it, so I don't really like these other aspects. But you could still look back at like being like, oh wow, that's still like some pretty wicked art, like um and I mean, I could be talking out of my rear end right now. Who knows? Right? Who knows? There might be a Warhammer aficionado person coming into my stream right now and saying, "Hey, man, I love all the art. I can tell you exactly what every artist created. I can tell you every art piece that this certain artist created, and I can tell you, that who that created this." And to that person, I say, "Hey, you're my hero, and A, you're my hero, and B, yeah, you're probably right. I just wish there was more, I guess, more like online interpretation of it. I feel like maybe it's just not talked enough, and maybe that might be the case. But also, Warhammer itself is so interesting because, like, with Pokemon, even if you're not a huge fan of like a certain, uh, you know, generation or anything else, there's still like that love of like, oh, but I understand why people like it though. Whereas I feel like Warhammer, unfortunately, just does not have that, which is such a bummer because I feel like you're missing out a lot on the conversation of like, hey, man, is this the eighth time we're talking about the Micah Parsons trade? Micah Parsons got traded, everybody. Imagine if that was my stream alert. Somebody subscribes to me. Micah Parsons got traded. Offends Cowboys fans across the nation. I mean, I'm not a Cowboys fan, so who knows? All right. And I'm using, by the way, if you guys are curious, I'm using an old brush to apply this, like an old cheap brush. Thanks to apathy, we're we were here. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm glad. I mean, I think in a lot of ways, I like the idea of bringing. I like the idea of just you know, you probably know this, sir, because I know you've been in the streams, but that's the best part about being where I am today. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not, a sub million subscriber YouTuber or anything else like that. And frankly, I mean, if I am ever like that, that'd be awesome. But I'm also not openly hoping for that success. And it's not necessarily that I think I'll hate it, but it's more or less like kind of more or less a like, hey, I want people to be happy and like I want to build that community of people that are like, man, pick up your models and just have a good time. Like that's at the end of the day, that's what I care about the most is if like fun is being had, if there is, fun being had and people are kind and just being in general just nice to each other. That's what I care about. I feel like that's just, what it is. But I mean, to back to your statement about apathy, I mean, I feel like that's just a lot of things. And that's like the mindset that you got to kind of get out of that is that, oh, well, everybody hates it or like they don't care about it enough. So therefore they're leaving. And although that does suck, I think that there is a lot more of a silver lining that you can kind of take with your own opinion and be like, well, because people think that way, I'm not going to think that way. Or just be a very frank and honest with yourself, saying, like, well, I don't feel that way. So therefore, you know, their opinion doesn't matter to me, and that's okay. And, they can have an opinion and you can have an opinion. Like, I have very strong opinions about a lot of stuff, especially in the creativity aspect of the hobby. I feel like a lot of people get bogged down when wanting to talk about the creativity stuff and not necessarily wanting to talk about anything else. Like there's creativity blocks there, or in my opinion, I feel like especially if you're a good artist or, an okay artist, there's a lot of people that are, mad that there's not, like, if you're not good at the hobby. I'm being blocked from talking to you right now. Really? Is it really? Why are you being, wait, you said you're being blocked? That's weird. LOL. Is it like a, I don't have any features that I know. Huh. What do you mean when you say that, if you don't mind me asking? Really? Weird. Okay. I don't have any features right now that I'm aware of to like have any blocks or anything like that. So that's weird that you're getting blocked when I was talking about thanks to apathy. Really? Weird. I don't have any stipulations on my stream. So it's really weird that you're getting blocked on that stuff. Huh. What you need to be aware of is that you're endangering people's state of mind. What do you mean by that? You mean that I'm wanting people to, I don't, I guess I'm, maybe it's just a translation thing. Oh, what's up, Paul? Welcome back. But what do you mean when you, oh, okay. I was terrified to compare Pokemon to Warhammer and it won't let me talk about it. Oh, well, really? That's so weird. Message retracted. What? Oh no, that's, you removed that message. That's so weird. I don't know why it did that. I promise you I don't have any like filters or anything else. Paul, happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Speaking of which, are you doing well, dude? Let me know. Let me know. Can't wait to hear from you, my man. I think I might just go ahead and paint around this. I don't want to use, I've like used a lot of black paint here, so I'm gonna probably hold off. Okay, we have one more dude here. I'm gonna stick with using the matte black acrylic. That's weird that you're getting blocked. But as I was saying, wait, because you have credibility, the talent, wait, because you have credibility, the talent and wire with all to make money on in YouTube doesn't like you or something. Oh, well, first and foremost, I only have like 200 something subscribers. I'm not making a single dime on YouTube. Um, and if I ever did, obviously I would predicate everybody by saying, "Hey, I'm making money on YouTube," right? I am at that point as a small creator that I make nothing, and anything that I put out, I am essentially paying for myself. So the paints that I'm using, the brushes I'm using, heck, the phone, the cameras, the lights, everything that's coming out of my dime, right? Whereas if I was sitting on a bigger spectrum or anything else, and I think in a lot of ways when you're talking about talent, I mean, there's a difference, I think, in a lot of ways than what you and I think talent gaps are. Because I am painting, I have a very casual aspect to the hobby. I am not a competitive painter. I am not a professional painter. Now, the mini that you saw my wife paint, she is the better painter than me. And of course, that's not me bashing myself, because I think in a lot of ways, she's just probably been painting longer than I have. And not necessarily minis, but just in general, she's been able to embrace a lot of the art stuff. I am now finally getting into a chance to do it. But, you know, talent gaps, there'd be a difference if I went on here and I was like, this mini sucks. This isn't good. This isn't good, blah, blah, blah. When I think you can easily establish and say that, because a lot of people, and I agree with you, because I think a lot of people do get the imposter complex of being like, oh, well, this isn't good or whatever. I think the issue that I have is that the hobby itself seems to get very mad at people that aren't good at painting, show off their project and show off their love. What we painting today? We are painting some navy breachers, Paul. So if you saw the last short, uh, Dr. M one-upped me pretty hard, right? So we have this guy that she painted, excellent looking model, 10 out of 10. Love him, some of the best looking, and this is the guy that I worked on. So I did this guy as kind of a test run. I've been wanting to do kind of a Isaac Clarke esque theme with him, and I think that this looks way better than this does. So I'm gonna be painting these guys like this. She really outdid herself. My Dr. M did. So we're gonna be painting these guys like that. Um, but yeah, we're painting some of these Navy Breacher proxies that I got. Of course, these guys are of course printed. They're not the official GW. Let me say that disclaimer. These are not the original Navy Breachers. These are proxies that are designed to be played as Navy Breachers, but they are legally distinct enough that they're not Navy Breachers. They're just the same size on the base, which that's pretty much I think what people care about. And I mean, I don't play competitive kill teams, so and what say we or they or whoever, I usually am talking about my wife and my good friend GeoBro, who um, when I talk about my good friend GeoBro, who GeoBro and I play kill team quite a bit. Not necessarily in person anymore, as much as we used to, but definitely still play where we're, giving each other a good time. Definitely a lot of tabletop sim. We've been definitely playing a lot of tabletop sim though. But back to what I was talking about originally. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I got off on several different tangents there. This is why they want you to suffer, and maybe if you make the right friends through this platform, they will allow you to go from zero. That's not what I care about though. You know? See, I don't care about I could do this my whole life and never make a dime. That's not what I care about. I don't care about making money. I really don't. I'm not one of those people that likes to sit there. Like I would love to be a YouTuber one day, but honestly, the idea of being, insert whoever, right, is very like unappealing to me. And if I ever make money from this, hey, like I'm already winning, I don't that's why I like you know, I don't really care or want to get networked unless, there's people that I like and I enjoy being around and I get to network with them and I get to talk with them and I'm heck maybe get to sit down and play a game of Kill Team or Warhammer or sit down and just get a chance to talk with them, right? Like I don't want to be. I guess that's like the contradiction, right? I'm doing this, but I don't want to be famous, I'm content being where I am now. And I think there's a big problem with YouTube in general where I think a lot of people should kind of get hung up on that. And they shouldn't, because it's like, dude, you don't, it's okay to be like a small, like a small potato creator and, just enjoy your time being here, right? Because here's the deal. I mean, the thing about being at like, 1 million subscribers or whatever, or 200,000 or whatever. I don't even know what my subscriber count is. I think it's 218. Uh, I, I get to interact with you guys and I know you're real people, like you guys get to come interact with me, talk with me on my streams. We get to talk about stuff like this. We get to talk about Warhammer. We get to talk about that stuff. And I get you guys, the trade-off that I get is that you guys get a positive person in the community that cares about Warhammer entirely, and in exchange, I get to create a space where everybody is seen, felt, and heard and appreciated within the space, right? And even then, like hobby wise, that's what I care about the most. I care about making the hobby accessible for everybody and being kind more than I care about, again, money or anything else in that regard. I I don't know if I'll ever be famous. And hey, listen, that's okay. Maybe that's not my purpose. Maybe my purpose is to change the hearts and minds of the handful of people, and maybe give Warhammer, that want to give maybe a Warhammer or even heck the hobby itself a shot. and say, hey, you know what? This guy was like, this guy that I saw on his streams, he seemed like he was having fun. He seemed like he was being able to engage. And if I don't have that community, well, maybe I can be that for my community, right? That's what I care about the most. That's what I mean when you're a real one and they're ahead of you. Then hey, then I would recommend not being I wouldn't recommend being tied down to that idea. I think that's kind of a bad mindset. And and I'm not gonna like hold you accountable on that because again, I'm a pair of hands on the internet. But I would recommend, maybe taking a few steps back and kind of having that realization that it's like, well, you know, I love T Mac. I love T Mac stuff. That sounds so pretentious. Me saying myself, like me basically saying my little, internet name in, in the third person. That sounds so pretentious. And being like, I think that he's deserving of the subscribers. Then hey, you know, that's very kind of you to say that, and I appreciate you. But I wouldn't hold you accountable for my success, right? Like, because you're here. That's all I care about, right? And I know that there is a level of like, well, I want you to be big because I think that you're worth every bit of it. And again, another kind thing that you said. But I also want to think more about they want you to be your number one hater and get famous from, wait, they want you to be your number one hater and get famous from all your hard work and all of your friends' hard work. Eh, eh. If that's the case, then that's the case. I mean, I think in a lot of ways, it's a matter of perspective on that. That's just like your opinion, man. I would recommend though to not be so bogged down with the idea of like, oh well, all of this other stuff. I wouldn't recommend getting bogged down on that. I think the thing that here, you want to know what I think you should think? If you really want to know my opinion on that stuff, sorry, I just want you to be like the person that's like, man, T Mac's a cool guy. I am going to be active in my Warhammer community the same way that he is. And when I say that, I'm going to be helpful. I am going to want to learn as much as I physically can. I want to introduce people to the hobby and be like an area where they can be judgmental free. And like, I want to be patient with that person. And at the end of the day, if you're doing all that stuff, then hey, man, you're honoring a lot of good content creators that care about that stuff. Um, I don't think ever YouTube will ever skyrocket my stuff to the top of the front for you page, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. That doesn't mean that I have a grudge against the platform or a grudge against the people that aren't here. I don't have a grudge. I carry no enemies in that regard because hey, there's somebody that's probably been here longer. That frankly, there's probably somebody here that's been here longer that sits at 10 subs or 15 subs and they haven't moved. Meanwhile, if I come around here, I feel like it's pretentious to, oh, well, now he's got all the subs, you know? Excuse me. Because it's Friday and my wife's not home. I made myself a slush. Or not a slush. I made myself a little dessert drink. Oh, I think the stream got ripped off. Oh, no, we're good. um, I can't remember what I was saying. The slush or whatever. So I have like a nice cold beverage sitting next to me. Hell yeah. Um, but as I was saying, I think in a lot of ways, this lavalier mic is so weird. um, here, hold on. Let me do this because I feel like I'm still like screaming. Let me adjust. There we go. I feel like that's a little bit better. Let me know if anything has changed. If the audio is bad or whatever. I hope it isn't. Um, as long as you're a positive force in your local community, then I've done my job. And as long as you are happy with your ability, and more importantly, as long as you're happy with your ability to paint and do all the stuff that you want to do. Hey, man, that's what matters to me the most. I want you to be happy, and I want you to be able to paint and express yourself no matter what. No matter how well you are at painting, how skillful you are, whatever, right? Because that's what at the end of the day, that's what matters is the how skillful are you at painting? How good are you at painting? How, you know, or, well, not necessarily, sorry, I'm going off on a different tangent because my brain is wired differently. Thank you for your time. Of course. Have a good rest of your Friday if you're taking off, man. Or, if you're still here, hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, of course, that's kind of why I'm here. Well, I'm here painting on a Friday night. Not really a party person. This is about as crunk as I get, unfortunately. I don't really do a lot of other crazy stuff. Not anymore, at least. Man, oh man. We are so close to being done. I feel like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I feel like, and then we have 13 technically painted. So I think I'll be done with the black once this last layer goes on. There is the sergeant at arms. Actually, the sergeant at arms is a little gray, more or less. So we got to probably go back over him, but we'll get him taken care of. Guys, I'm so sorry. That's the one thing, as you can tell, why you're stuck at 200 subscribers, T Mac. I keep screwing up and not like I keep moving the model away from me. I'm sorry. You did good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ooks. I really do. Thank you for being here. All right, we're gonna get this. We're gonna do this well. You are appreciated, of course, and you are too, my friend. I appreciate you having that dialogue. That's a hard dialogue to have, especially with a random internet stranger. Especially that because it's a hard dialogue to have when you're like, I feel like this, and it's like, well, do you feel like this because of your perception, or do you feel like this because you like, is it perception? Is it like, what you've seen and what others maybe haven't seen? Oh man, hold on, let me quickly do this. And I feel like that needs to be the dialogue a lot when it comes to like painting. There we go. All right, I think that's better. Now you could see kind of the. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh no, I got black on the sword. Oh man. Okay, well, that'll be fun. Who knows? It might add some cool effect to it. Do 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 do. We do this. All right, guys. This Sergeant at Arms is really cool looking. Aren't these models just so nice? I love. I don't know. I've been a bigger fan too. I'm kind of glad I've got back into printing, guys. I really am. I really missed it. It was one of the things that I really enjoyed doing to like really make stuff pop. I think I'm still gonna keep the sword black though, because I don't want to ruin it too much. All right. Or I want to keep the sword white. I said black like a doofus. I wanted to keep the sword white because I don't want to ruin it too much because I feel like it'll be better to do. Now we're just using a smaller brush, getting some paint, and we're just going over all the areas that we low-key missed. Let me know if you guys want me to zoom in to see this. I feel like, there we go. The one thing about not having a professional camera and filming this with the telephone is that you don't really get to see a lot of the really cool detail stuff, which sucks. But I feel like you guys are still being able to see a lot of the really fun bits. Okay. All right, let me get that little bit that's under his arm there. In a lot of ways, what I'm also going to do as well is I am going to, well, I'll keep it a buck with you, Chief. I'm not going to paint a lot of the stuff that I feel like, hey, that's like, out of reach. Nobody's really going to see that, nor nobody's going to care about it for my own mental health. I am a quite lazy painter in more ways than one. So I'm quite lazy. There's only 3 companies in the planet Earth that could render plastic with extreme detail. Really? I guess that makes sense. I don't know. That's interesting. Man, they're covering his sports. He jumped that much. They covered his sports odds because he jumped that much. That's crazy, dude. Oops, sorry about that. There are the other companies that tell you they could render the extreme detail, and you're not a part of these 3 companies that have not been doing this from the beginning. I mean, probably. I don't know. I don't think about it. Do 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 do. All right, what color is next, everybody? What are we thinking? Do we think copper? Do we want to do copper? I feel like we should do copper. We're gonna let this guy dry, and we're gonna move back to our shield guy. Remember him? I remember him. Now we're going to paint our shield guy. We're going to only kind of go around the edges here. But hey, listen, if we mess him up, hey man, it's all right. These guys are 28 millimeters tall. Ain't nobody going to see them. That's what you have to tell yourself. That's what I have to tell myself too. All right, let me do this. All right, now these brushes are wet. Got a little bit more movement on them. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the smaller one. I like the idea of using a smaller one here. There we go. All right. Can you see? Let's zoom back out just a smidge here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go around the edge here. And sorry if I don't talk, I'm just hardcore concentrating. Forgive me if I'm not talking too much. My brain is taking every ounce to concentrate to make sure that we're doing this right. Oh man, the therapy of picking up a paintbrush. DW man. Wait, DW man, just do your thing. Don't worry, man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks. Is that Oscar Garcia Penes? What a name. Is that Clippy? Damn, am I old? Is that fucking Clippy? Oh man, the virtual assistant Clippy? Bro. Big fan, big fan. I love Clippy. Yeah, man. Am I old? I guess well, is that you saying yes, I am old, or yes, like hell yeah, Clippy? That needs to be the discussion here, right? They killed Clippy. All right. I laughed at my own joke. I'm so sorry. That's such a lame thing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Not Clippy. Clipper. Who do you think would win in a fight? Do you think like okay, we'll say it's a death battle, right? Chat GPT or Clippy? Who I just started Warhammer like 2 months ago. Hey, welcome to the hobby. Glad you're here, man. I appreciate it. That's really awesome. What are you starting to collect? Let me know, please. Ooh, I'm so excited. Talk shop with the newbie. I've been in the hobby. I recently started collecting the minis, but I've been in the hobby mainly like reading the books and stuff. I mean, I want to say since I was in high school. So, but yeah, let me know what armies you're collecting. I'm excited, man. That's super exciting for you. That makes me so happy. I'm glad that we're getting people in. Oh man, that looks good. You guys, those brass edgings. Look how well that looks. Oh, I'll be right back. Of course, take your time, sir. Imperial Guard. I mean, I guess if you can count the lore I'm in since 8 years ago. Hell yeah, man. I want to collect the agents though too. Hey, brother. Yeah. So these guys, hell yeah. The ground broke before the planet did. Uh, Rip Cadia. These guys are 3D proxies. Yeah, man. That breacher is coming out though. Real nice. Hey, man. Hell yeah. I'm glad you were able to do it. These are proxies. So I just got back into resin printing after taking kind of a long ass hiatus. And these are like Navy Breacher proxies. I really like the way these guys look. But oh my gosh, the fucking brass around the shield though, my serotonin is like on fire right now. I'm so excited about these guys, dude. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm just psyched. I think this stuff's gonna come out together pretty well. Yo, is it printed? That's amazing. It looks great. Yeah, so this is resin printing. I wish I had like an actual. So yeah, this is 3D printing. I did it with resin again after taking that long ass hiatus, mainly for like work and other purposes and stuff. Yeah, man, where'd you get the sculpt? So I found these guys. The creators are called Red Maker Studios. Hold on, let me. Sorry, my brain is like fried right now. They're called Red Maker Studios. Um, these guys are one of their kill teams as well. One thing you should know about me is I'm a big kill team player. So I do have a full like 2,000 point list of custodies. But I got my wife and I got in at kind of the same time. Thus the wedding ring on my finger, Dr. M. If you're new to the channel, um, we so like I have a full 2,000 point army, but I collect a lot of the custodies stuff, or I collect custodies. But I really have gotten into kill team lately just because it's easier to play and easier to set up and whole 9 yards. But these guys come from Redmaker Studios who do like a bunch of really good Imperium kill team stuff. They have so these guys are breachers, which I think are like their pretty much their big selling point because they're like breachers slash like Horus Heresy guys that you can proxy them as. I'm using a lot of 3D printing too. Hell yeah, man, that's cool. I recommend these guys. I got some Karskin already. I'll try a kill team too someday. Hey man, yeah, I recommend it. I am a big kill team fan. I think it's just a better in my opinion, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a zoomy, like my brain. I'm 25 years old, but like my attention span cannot take trying to play like a normal last game of like 40k, and I haven't played a normal last game in 40k in like years. But man, like I played like Kill Team the other day just by myself because my wife is out of town, and it literally was like I was like, all right, I'm gonna blitz, learn these guys a little bit, and it's just so much a better experience. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a skirmish person at home. 25-year-old too. Here, man. I guess I do like long ass games though. Hey, man. Listen, I don't. Hey, I respect the grind. I really do. I really do, man. But man, twinsies. That's really nice. I think I was more into 40K when, like, I had, like, a big group to play with. I haven't played with a group in a long ass while, um, and that's kind of where I guess my brain has gone is like, well, you're not really playing with a group. And my poor wife, like, she collects T-Suns, and so, like, to try to get her to play with a full T-Suns army, it's like pulling teeth. And I'm not trying to be mean about it. I just honestly, it's hard because because T-Suns are a hard ass army, and of course, she didn't get them for the rules. She got them because she loved, Magnus and the lore of the Thousand Sons and kind of that whole idea of like the quest for knowledge and magic. And she's a big magic girly, so obviously she got them for that reason. Um, but really, it was so funny because she's like, I refuse to play a full game. I'll play like up to turning point, but kill team we can usually snap out like 2 or 3 turning points before either both of us can kind of get tired. I don't know. We also play real big casual games of Kill Team too. I'm not a professional at anything, including mini painting, but uh definitely. Oh man, look at that. Highlighting edges. Dude, we're in there. Also, I'm not worried about fucking shit up because I feel like a lot of painting and the dedication it demands. That is true. And a lot of painting, yeah, the dedication is there. I'm definitely big on it. Let me see if I can. I'm big on it if like you know you have the time and the patience to do it, and of course the money because paints aren't cheap. But I definitely love the ability to paint. Oh man, hold on, let me hit the hit the lines here. As you can see, I'm shaking because I'm scared of the model. Of course, we're just only going around the edges here with this guy. But if it doesn't look good, hey, it's okay. Looks great, man. I'll have to go get some brass paint. Yeah, so these paints are actually Army Painter, the Fanatic range. Hold on, let me quickly do this. I'm so sorry. I'm not sponsored. Well, I'm not sponsored. I just love these paints. I'm using the Fanatic and the matte black. The Fanatic range is great. I also really love their Speed Paint 2.0. These guys are incredible. I used Vallejo a lot. I've used Citadel, of course. Like I've used a lot of these paints, but just nothing can compare how impressed I've been with the Army Painter range. And I'm not sponsored. There's no link. There's no affiliation. Nothing like that. God, I wish there was though. Seriously, if there's any Army Painter people here, please sponsor me. I would die for that. Um, um, but and I say sponsor, like I would get paid money. Just give me free shit, bro. I would. It's like the God of War meme, Harry's. If you ever played God of War, it's pretty great. But I definitely would be like Army Painter. Send me a box of paints, and my life is yours. Freaking love their paints, dude. Love their paints. Glad you're laughing at my comment. Frankly, like I say that, but if they ever responded back to me, I'd be so terrified to text them out. Will you a will you be able to be sponsored? No, no, man. I'm gonna go to sleep now. It's 1 a.m. Oh wow, in Spain, great chat though. And I'll try out Army Painter. Have a nice one. Hey, Oscar. I'm from the U.S. So hey, that's really cool. I have a Spanish. If you don't mind, Oscar, I don't know if you're subscribed or not. I hope you do. Subscribe. I'll try to actively stream more. But yeah, hey man, have a good night. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I appreciate you being here, bro. Happy Saturday, I guess for you. Damn, bros in the future. But have a good Saturday. Hope you have a wonderful day. um, if I Will I be able to be sponsored? I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I am good enough, or if they like my content enough, maybe eventually. I don't know. I mean, it would take me probably having to have a lot more people to get sponsored, but you know, oh god, using all my brain power to go around these edges right now. Oh my gosh, she was so right about this. You know what makes me mad the most is that she said having all the bronze will make it look dull. And I said, "What do you know?" And then she said, "I know a lot," and made a significantly better paint job than I could ever do. And then I sit here and I wonder why I ever doubt my wife, who is obviously a better painter. The hubris. I think it's hubris. I believe it is hubris. Um, but if I ever get sponsored, that'd be cool. I just don't know if it'll ever happen. If it does, that'd be cool. If it doesn't, hey, I'll still use their stuff for free. Well, not for free. I pay for it, but I'll still use their stuff and give them free recommendation. Okay. I was I think that their stuff is just great. It just covers so well, it does its job. Like it's hard sometimes to do that with specifically with certain types of paints because certain types of paints are like, nah, dude, I'm gonna make this as hard as I physically can for you. And it's like, well, I would rather you not, but these guys, they're not hard at all. Man, they're not hard at all. It's great. All right, let me get across the edges here. Again, I'm so sorry, y'all, that I'm being like super not paying attention to chat and everything else. I promise I don't see you because I'm doing this right now, but I know you're there. Um, oops. Mix the color brown with the color silver to make gold. I have a gold. I don't have to mix. I have a gold, and it's an army painter gold too. Ho ho ho. This is just a nice brass that we went over. I'm very proud of myself right now. Like I'm not really good at edging stuff, but like I'm doing pretty decent. So I'm very proud of myself for doing what I need to do. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, you can. I'm very proud of myself because sometimes it's really hard to like do those edges and have like a stable hand for it. I feel like I have to like stop breathing, but that's also not good for your body to like stop breathing. All right, let me go. Ooh, don't fall. As you can see, my hands are like frozen up here. All right, there we go. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about the visor because that's going to be really hard to get. But now all we got to do is just paint these little brown areas, these little satchel areas brown, and we are right as rain. Yeah, thinks that's it. Me thinks that's it. Me thinks that's it. Yep. All right, let's do it. All right, now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take a drink really quick. Oh, oh, lovely. And that's nice. Now we're gonna use this nice leather brown that I was able to pick up. I feel like this is like in my face, but it's like pestering me kind of. Not in a bad way. I just need to probably get used to wearing one of these. I probably should let you guys know the disclaimer. I'm using a lavalier I just bought because I didn't really like the idea of screaming into my phone. So I picked up a lavalier mic from the internet. Ooh. Ew. Let's see here. Okay. That's still a lot of brown. We don't need that much brown. All right, there we go. Oh gosh, he was right that shit does kind of like stick out. You really do need the layer. We'll go over it with the layer and it'll be fine. Okay. Do 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 do. All right. No, I'm sorry. I'm not talking. Forgive me. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, let me get this like part right here. Like T Mac, that's a really harsh ass brown. Check this out. Oh, let me get more of the brush up, paint off the brush. All right, I hear what you're saying, right? You're like, hey, that's really harsh, and hey, I agree with you. That is a very uh, strong brown. That's what my name in high school was. So how you do that is you go through and you get a little bit of my little magic serum here that we got, and I'll show you guys here in a second. It's not really magic, and we're gonna go over these areas with it. And now, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Now, what we just went over there is we went over with a strong skin shade. So what this does, it makes the color itself a darker tone and applies like this nice solid lid thing. And you don't want to have too much paint as well because we want it to go over right perfectly over those ridges, and that's how you get that perfect brown, like how you get with this guy. See, like that nice dark kind of sulky brown. That's how you do it. Very interesting. It's very easy. Very highly recommend. Highly recommended. Um, I use that religiously. It helps so much with making the shade not as ugly, and it does a good job of it too. I'm shockingly impressed. Oh, here, let me. Sorry, let me do that. We're getting those edges and stuff. We're cleaning up those edges with the brass as well. Yeah. You know what I kind of want? Hmm. I don't know about that one. Let's see here. Ugh. doesn't go well. I guess we could just go back to the gold. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. All right. Sorry, I got bitten by the inspiration bug. Let's play the game. I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it, and then I want you guys to tell me in the comments if I cooked or burnt. That's what the game is going to be called. Are you ready? All right, let's get to it. Let's see. All right, and we're just going to go around these little edges here. Again, we don't have to worry too much about the whole thing because here's the deal. If we mess up a color or it doesn't look right or anything else, obviously we can override it, or we could just say, hey, that was supposed to be the color, but now it's weathered, you know? Is that App States? Are we talking about Joey Aguilar now? Hell yeah, I think so. Freaking finally. I'm excited for that game. It'll be a good game tomorrow. All right. Oh, I think I cooked. We'll see what you guys say in the comments. All right, guys. Hold on. I'm not done. Forgive me. Okay. Cooked or burnt? What do you guys think? See if I can try that. Maybe I should go around the whole thing, you know? What do you guys think? I think cooked, but I'm thinking more or less like going around the whole thing though. Let me do this. What are we thinking? Maybe too much gold? Maybe it's just the gold not playing well with me? Let me see here. What are we thinking? I kind of like it. I think it looks good enough, you know? Maybe go do the bottom section too? Maybe? What does the bottom section look like? I wonder if I did that gold. You know what? I think if we did this section gold too, I feel like it add a little bit. I feel like I'm cooking. I definitely like this. I think it's just enough detailing that I feel like it's good enough that people aren't going to get too mad about it, you know, but it's just pretty enough that people be like, "Oh, that's, you know, unique." I think. Instead of the shield just being a whole color. Oh, yo, that looks really good. I really like that. The detailing's kind of there. You're getting a lot of the really shiny bits to it. I feel like all it needs is just another like layer of gold. Let's do that. Okay, let me get a little bit off my brush. You guys, look how well that looks. And I think it does just enough to make the copper skull pop out, and you're not having to fool too much with it, you know? I do like some of the gold accenting. I feel like that's enough. That's good enough, I think, gold accent wise. Might be the only model we use gold with, you know? I say that we might add some of the nice gold on the sergeant at arms. That looked really good. That's a solid thumbs up for me. I like that guy. I like him a lot. I think I'm gonna save this guy to do for a video or a short. But we will do. How about this? Let's do one more, shall we? Do we want to do our chain fist guy? He's still drying. Let's see here. Let's see who's not drying right now. We could do a shotgunner. I guess we could always do a shotgunner, right? For the plasma. Oh yeah, that's right. The plasma guy. We said we were gonna fix his arm. Let's fix his arm first. And then what we will do is we'll take a break. I will take a break, and then I will paint the other stuff. Jackson King. Hello, Jackson. Well, now I feel like I have to stream a little longer. Jackson always comes into the back half. Welcome, come on in. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday, my friend. And we're gonna squeeze. Right now, we're working on finishing up our breachers. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, there we go. We're gonna hold this guy here for a few seconds. I just appear sometimes. Hey, hey, listen, I do the same thing. Actually, I'm pretty sure if I told my wife that, she'd be like, "Yeah, you're kind of the same way. You're weird." I just appear some. Oh no! I just broke off the gun. Oh no! Oh shoot! Okay, I think we'll be fine. I will say I did have some trouble with this guy, um, a bit a while ago. I think it was his hand. I broke off his hand when I was taking off the supports. So we'll just leave him sitting right there for now, and we'll go ahead and fix him. But we'll do at least one more guy. I won't do the gunner then. I will probably do a shotgunner, but I do want to save the Navis at arms for. Oh, Jackson, while you're here, what do you think about the gold? This is a section of the game. I'm going to include you in on it. I like to call cooked or burnt. What do you think? Do you think we cooked or burnt with the gold? Let me know. Let me know what you think. I think I like it. I think I like it. I'm not necessarily sure about it yet. I feel like that's really cool. Okay, cool. Okay, okay. Then I did well. I did well. It's hard sometimes to figure out like, hey, is this good enough that people will like it, or is this just like, am I just being delusional? You know, because sometimes we do appreciate a Delulu King in this household, mainly because I am a Delulu King. That's why I'm a YouTuber. So, you know, it is what it is. But we'll go ahead and we'll do another shotgunner. So I'm glad you like that. I really am glad. I kind of like it too. I felt like it was just enough where, oh my God. If you don't know, I am watching college football right now in the ad. I'm going to go on here. Let me finish my tangent. I like the gold. I think it's great. I think it's just enough where it breaks down a lot of the colors and you're not having to worry about it. Speaking of colors that shouldn't exist. The black Wendy's sauce, like the Wednesday Addams sauce or like purple or whatever, that shit gross. I don't. Anytime I see that, I immediately get grossed out. It reminds me of the BK ads when the Wednesday movies were coming out. Burger King had these like disgusting, um, like really gross. um, like the black burger. Haven't tried it, and I don't want to. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm not really like a big Burger King eater to begin with, or like a Wendy's eater to begin with. But like, I don't know. Every once in a while, you'll see stuff like that, and you're like, dude, surely. And maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because I will. I don't know. Call me what's his name, the guy that talks about being a developer for Blizzard. I don't know. I only know the drama. Um, but I'm gonna talk about me like being a marketing person because I have a degree in it. But like literally, I was like, ew. I saw that and I was like, this went by several people, and not a single person thought, hey, by the way, this sauce is like could be unappetizing to some people because it looks like what happens if you put like a malt in a like you put like a malt in a like a thing for a bit. It's very gross. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. I can't even remember that guy's name. Is that drama still happening? I don't think so. Not anymore. I think nobody really cares about it. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I was like, I don't. There's some things I don't like to hate on, like ideas, but I can't help but to hate on. Just well, let me say that I don't hate on ideas. However, I don't like execution. However, I can criticize execution. And I think that was one of the weird things that they executed because I know there are certain people that are like, oh, I'll eat the black burger from Taco Bell or whatever. Like, I'll eat that, because I think it's cool and like the marketing on it, it's interesting. But like, I don't know, it's weird. The sauce, I don't even know what they said. It was like a sweet sauce too, which makes me like kind of gag a little bit. Like, why in the world would you think a sweet sauce would be better for something like that? It should have been like a savory one. Oh, I say that. It should have been like, I don't know. I don't know what flavor, what profile for a pink sauce or purple sauce. Sometimes the way it turns out just looks weird. Yeah, it's true. I'm more or less like, what flavor profile would a purple sauce have? Can we talk about that? Am I legally allowed to talk about that on the stream? Like, what flavor profile do you think a purple sauce like, or like if you were eating a purple sauce or whatever, you'd be like, oh, I expected this flavor profile. I feel like sweet's the only one too, but like even then, I don't know. Like, would you eat something that's like purple and savory? You know, I guess like eggplant. If you ever had eggplant, or it could have been like a red onion. Oh, they could have done like a balsamic vinaigrette or something like that. I feel like that would have been like kind of reasonable. Although normally I don't use sauce. Hey, I get that. I think it also depends on the nugget or like whatever you're eating, right? Like if something's properly seasoned, I feel like you don't need the sauce. But if something's not seasoned, or like, hey, I know for a fact that these aren't seasoned well, I'm gonna use like a dipping sauce to get them down because it's like usually dry. There's a handful of stuff that I've done a few times. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep doing that to you. It's like the McDonald's nugget. I use honey. Oh, honey and barbecue actually sounds so good. So do you do like honey packets and barbecue, or do you do honey barbecue and barbecue? Because I feel like that's different, right? Man, that makes me hungry for some McDonald's nuggets. Damn, am I gonna go get myself some fucking nuggets tonight? Who's gonna stop me, dude? You haven't drank anything. Well, let me rephrase that. I drink, I just haven't drank alcohol. Honey packs and barbecue. Ooh, so you make like your own honey barbecue? Oh, that sounds good. Okay, I might be stopping at McDonald's and getting myself some nuggets tonight. Dead ass. The wife isn't home. She's on a trip right now, so She shouldn't get mad about me dumping food into my gullet. Well, she won't get mad. She never gets mad at me. However, when I complain about my EOE and my reflux stuff, she is like, "Well, maybe you shouldn't have eaten blah blah blah." Then I'm like, "All right, doctor." Ooh, you're a healthcare professional. Ooh. Small streamer crashes out about his wife being a doctor. Maybe that might be my thing. Instead of talking about how long I worked at Blizzard, it's me just ranting about how much my wife's a doctor, but I would never give medical advice. Just paint on the models like, you see guys, and then like me gently painting on the model. I do want to try out these new lavalier mics. Let me know, how do you guys like, are you gonna sit here and lecture me or go get some food? It's a good question. I haven't decided yet. Probably both. Both is good. No, I think I'm gonna finish painting up this guy, and then I do want to do a short tonight. Oh, while you're here, what do you think about the audio, Jackson? Do you think it's good, bad, in between? I did get a new lavalier mic. Um, um, so I don't necessarily know how good the quality is. Before I attempted to even begin to stream, I like fixed the mic and everything like that using my phone. But dude, I'm so like worried about like making sure I have good quality. Now that I have like people in my streams or my like in my YouTube comments that are like, "Hey man, the audio's fucked up." I'm like worried that I like gonna post a video one day and it's not gonna do really well because they're like, "Brother, we can't fucking hear you." I think it has something to do with the copyright music. From what I've like my little internet research I did, I feel like if it's like anything copyright, even if it's like an OG sound, but it still like uses a song or whatever that's copywritten, it'll be like, all right, fucko, your time's up. The audio is in between, but it's pretty clear. Audio, like, as in quiet, or like you can hear what I'm saying, or do I sound like shit? I guess I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of dumb. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm kind of stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of a moron. We don't know what we're doing here. Bro wants to be a YouTuber but has no idea how to audio. I can hear it. Oh, okay. I guess we'll just stick with that then. I can hear you. Yeah, fair enough. How about that? Is that good enough, champ? Yeah. Yeah. That's good enough for me, man. I'm sorry. Good. Finish painting those models, boy. Okay. You know, I always sit there and think about how fun it would be to do one of those streams where like people hook themselves up to like basically torture themselves. I feel like it would be so much fun to do that for Warhammer. Maybe if I ever get big enough, maybe I might do that for like a charity stream or something like that. Like I have to paint a whole box of minis while each donation goes to like you guys shock me for tips or something like that. If YouTube even allows that, I don't even think YouTube allows that. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm not basically torture themselves. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Dude, if it brings money into charity, it would all be for worth it. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, your half side of your right side of your body is unable to be used, but damn, brother, you brought in like several $1,000s for St. Jude's or like, a charity you care about. Well, I say that St. Jude's I care about, but just bringing in the money for a charity would be pretty sick. Okay, how the hell did she do this? She like did go she did do bronze around the edges, but I'm like, I swear to God, sometimes when Dr. M paints, I'm like, are you a fucking magician? I don't understand how you did that. I like sit there and I watch her paint. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? I don't know. I'm like, okay. Makes me slightly sad that you don't know how you magically were able to do it. All right, let me get zoomed in on here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. The light's probably like, wow, that's harsh as hell. And you're not wrong. It definitely is. Abracadabra. I made it look like that. So true. Abracadabra. I made it look like that. Can you explain to me how you did it? Nope. Figure it out yourself. Magician never tells secrets. Asshole. I told her that I honestly told her, and I meant it as a joke. Figure out you might know soon. I as a joke, I always told her that if she ever made like even like a mini painting channel or whatever, she would always do it would probably be more successful than like anything ever. Like she probably could have like a fucking cult like audience. I did have a very sus comment that did comment on one of her posts, but I did remove it now, that talked about how her voice was like he would whisper. What did the comment say? It was so fucked. Um, I would pay you money to whisper, and I was like, fuck, if only whisper to me or something like that. It was really weird. I was like, man, this is a Warhammer video, and you out here acting like that. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna do the little skulls on the armpits, on the arm holders here. Strange, yeah. Dude, some people just out here, man. I get it. I get it though. She's a pretty woman. I'm a greasy ass dude. All right, let me go around the little. Man, these models, I struggle a lot with painting 28 millimeters, but these guys, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm overcoming that by painting these guys though. No, I say that I still suck, but like I feel better about myself. He looks so damn good though. Let me scoop off the rest of the paint. Some people are just out here slash there. Yeah, that's true. Some people really are just out here slash there slash everywhere. Some Sam I am type shit. They're like, man, I don't want you here nor there nor anywhere. Like, I need you to be 5 feet away from me, if not more. Here, I'm gonna bust out the yard. I'm gonna bust out the measuring tape, and I want you to walk that distance. Yeah, poor Dr. M gets hit on all the time when we go into Warhammer stores, and I have to like go use the bathroom. And it breaks my heart because she's like, I don't want to go in that store. I keep getting hit on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll figure it out. Like, eventually, if you keep coming in with me, eventually they'll figure out like, hey, she's married. Stop trying to pick her up at a Warhammer store. I mean, I say it's because she's so dang cute, but the measuring tape that's just in the pocket, yeah. Honestly, that'd probably be more effective. Like, here, what's your engagement range for the woman in the store? You try to approach the woman in the Warhammer store, and she takes it. You have to do a battle shock test, like in Warhammer. You have to roll. What would you have to roll? Your OC. How well can you talk to a woman? You battle shock. You're stunned. You can't talk to her. That's so funny. That's so mean, but it's so funny. I like the idea of thinking about that. Here, take this measuring tape and go at least 100 feet away from me. Here, grab the end and just keep walking, and I'll tell you to stop. Okay. What about now? Nope. Keep going. I'll remember. I said I'll tell you when to stop. Oh, rip. My poor wife. Poor Dr. M. She's like, it smells like beef and cheese in that store. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And why are you forcing me in here? Because I want you to see this really sick ass model. That really was our previous Warhammer store before we essentially upgraded slash moved. Ooh. Guys, she fucking cooked with the brown. Honestly, though, this would also make you mad if you're. Is here good? Nope. If I can still hear you, it's not good enough. I feel like you guys are getting a whole. Yeah, the brown does look really good. Also, another Dr. M idea. I hope you guys aren't hearing me drink. Are you guys hearing me drink? Am I gonna have to kill myself? I'm sorry, unalive myself. I really hope you guys aren't hearing me drink my drink. You're like, man, you fat bitch. No, thank God. I was gonna have to unalive myself. Like, goddamn, you sucking down that drink, you fat bitch. Like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Fat fuck. Straight down the throat with the drink. I'm worried if I cough with this mic or whatever, it's gonna blow out your ears. Because the lavalier is so sensitive. Like if I can be very loud right now, right? When I'm with this mic. Like I could stick it in my face and go like be loud and obnoxious. It's such a cursed audio. All right. Now we hit it with the shade. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I got $34 and it's waiting for me to be spent. Wait, are you asking me to blow out your eardrums? Is that what I'm hearing? Or are you asking me for advice on how to spend it? No. That's what I thought. I was like, what? What are you asking for? My man? All right. Hello? All right. Ugh. All right, we're gonna hit this shit with the marine mist. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy air. Hey, that's a good idea. like the O'Hare people and the Borax. All right, that's even possible. It probably is. I think. Well, I mean, you can buy oxygen. I low-key fucked this up. Do you guys want to see how bad I fucked it up? Not super bad. Like I could go back and fix it, but it is very fucking teal. His eyes are very fucking teal. You know what? I'm also gonna buy GTA 5 for $10 at that random ass store. What the bro? You are speaking like a GTA. You're speaking like a fucking GTA uh NPC. You know when you walk down the street and they're like, "I sold crack on the road." I'm like, what? All right, I gotta hold on. Let me. I gotta zoom this shit in here. Enhance. There's no way in hell. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me fix this and then I will bring it back to the light. Let me just do this. 10 out of 10 impression. Thanks. Oh, fuck. I keep fucking this up worse. I keep making this worse. I made it worse. God damn it. Let me see if I can flush this shit out. Guys, I might be kind of stupid. All right. I may be what you would like to call a moron. I haven't tried painting my minis or plastic army men yet. Hey, man. That's okay. Honestly, I kind of fixed it by just saying fuck it all. Is that my smallest brush? I can't think that is. Damn it. All right, let me thin this shit the hell down. Yeah, thin this shit the fuck down. I'm sorry, I know I'm not talking. I'm freaking breathing heavy too. I feel like I fixed it. I feel like I made it better. Okay. Honestly, you could tell that I fucked it up a little bit, but not like it's not abhorrent, you know? I bet I probably could go back and fix it when my hands are not shaking all over the damn place. But yeah, man, they look good. Don't it look good and tasty? So good and tasty. All right, what I'm also gonna do, I think I'm gonna do this little drone while I'm at it. I'm gonna do the little drone guy, the little cat drone. We gotta figure out a name for our little guy here. What should we name our little guy? Gonna name a little guy for Shane. Just a little guy. I have no idea why I'm being so fucking quiet. Little guy. I've been staring at COD World War II for like 5 minutes. Do people even still play COD World War II? Are you in the store right now, my man? My man's literally said, I'm gonna go to the store right now. You guys want anything? Probably not. I mean, yeah. COD World War II is like what? There's no way it's 7 years old. When did it come out? Can somebody look that up for me right now? I don't have access to my phone. COD COD World War II came out, I'm pretty sure like 6 or 7 years ago. I don't remember. That shit did come out 6 or 7 years ago. I swear to God. 2017. So COD World War II is 8 years old. Oh, oh, I do not like that thought. I really don't like that thought. That put me in like a sad mood. I definitely need to go get myself some food. Also, why is 2025 so fast? Yeah, it has been fast. I've been kind of a fan of it though. Honestly, it's been a good year, you know? For me at least, I should say that. It's been a good year for me. I know I'm a very fortunate person though. Again, I get to fucking create content, so little guy. All right. Although some legends died here and there, yeah, unfortunately. Ozzy Osbourne. Um, oh God, Ozzy died. Who else passed? Somebody else did too. A lot of people, unfortunately. Hulk Hogan. That's right. I was more of a Macho Man fan. I think I liked Macho Man a lot more than I think I liked Hulk Hogan. The magic tricks really were the best. All right, let me finish painting this. So I'm not seen as a boring content creator, even though I pretty much am. Who the hell else would want to watch somebody paint? You know what I'm saying? I was more of a Bret Hart kind of guy. Hey, there's a guy who knows his wrestling. There's a guy who knows his wrestling. I I say that I haven't watched wrestling in years. When's the last time the Undertaker was like a part of the? That was the last time I watched wrestling. Like really was into it. Also, Ultimate Warrior. That's a good one too. Man, that's some classics too. Ultimate Warrior. I loved Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior was great. I loved Ultimate Warrior, and I also really loved Undertaker retired in 2019. Yeah, I know, but like that was he was really big. Oh man, how long ago was that? When it was like when he was at like it was a little bit before Cena's rise and the circuits too. But I really kind of liked Shawn Michael slash HBK. Man, yeah, that's a good one too. I remember trying to get in. John Hancock. What a name. Like the president? Or not? John Hancock was never a president. The founding father. He was a founding father, though. Let's see here. What do we do the little tank on the back? What color? This little cat guy. I'm trying to figure out. I think I might try to do like a silver for his tracks. I think that might be what I do. Let's see. Do we have like a nice? We do have a silver, I think, don't we? Yeah, we have like a plate mail. Let's try this plate mail. But hi, John Hancock. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Mankind was before his time. Not gonna lie, that is true. I always thought it would be awesome to be a heel in like the wrestling circuits. I feel like heels. I know you're not necessarily the star of the show, but to be a heel and still get paid like like the salary, I feel like it's still good enough that like I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd have a good time just like getting the crap beat out of me for the audience. Like that actually looks really good. I like that. Next time, honestly, if I knew I was gonna probably do these, I probably wouldn't have done these guys white. But honestly, I feel like the white was probably a better move, anyways. All right. Thought Andre the Giant. Thought on Andre the Giant. Hey man, yeah, that's a good one too. Oh man, he was fun to watch. Uh, like his old clips were fun to watch. Huge Princess Bride fan though. I am the Brute Squad. You are the Brute Squad. I'm on the Brute Squad. You are the Brute Squad. I think is actually how the line goes, but one of my favorite movies of all time. 10 out of 10 movie. That actually looks really good. All right, I'm gonna do the gears to this kind of like the rustic gold. Then I might do a little bit of the shade over the gears? Question mark. Actually, might be a good call. We'll see. Give them like kind of like a nice creamy, kind of greasy feel to them. Yeah. Honestly, that might be the trade. Like a nice grimy kind of color look to it. I'm wearing a Stone Cold shirt. Man, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Can I get a hell yeah? That's the bottom line. My favorite meme video, like a Mario meme video, is it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's Toad. Hey Mario, I'll let you know that 500-pound some bitch Bowser done took Peach and took him to his castle. I'm gonna need you to do a little jumping, what? Little punching, what? And a whole load of ass whooping. Oh man, such a good meme. All right. What? I made somebody leave. I definitely saw like there was like a person here, and then they left when I started quoting Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Toad video. All right. He looks really good. Look at little cat guy. I drank a beer, another beer, and a Bloody Mary. What? What? Hell yeah. Didn't he do a thing where he's like, every time I hear what, I'm gonna keep kicking this some bitch or something like that? And they kept saying, what? 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 He kept kicking the crap out of him. That was rough. And then he had to stop because he's like, I'm actually gonna kill him if I keep kicking him. It was Vince, I think. Oh yeah, I think it was. All right. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of the shade here. I'm gonna see what it looks like on the gears. I think it adds enough detail. I like that. Like a nice rusted kind of look. If I did a darker tone, it'd probably look more like oil. But honestly, it's not bad. All right, let's do the gears. Gears. Everybody say gears. Gears. Steve made Vince's life hell. Yeah, I think it adds enough like of a story, you know, the little robot giving him like the browns. Okay. All right, I think I'm hungry and I've been going at this for basically 3 hours, 127. So I might be wrapping it up now. I guess we can show you guys what we worked on. Not that. We'll probably try to go live maybe tomorrow too, if I feel like it. But we'll show you guys what we worked on. First and foremost, our previous guy, little robot dude here. Definitely we'll figure out a name for him. I like the way he looks. I really like what I did with the gears too and the shade. I feel like that adds just enough detail where it looks like oil. If it was a little darker, I probably would appreciate it a little bit more. I probably could have used the strong tone actually. It probably would have been a little bit better because I used the strong skin shade. And I feel like that maybe not might not be the mark. But the shade, like the strong tone, I feel like, well, I don't know. You don't want to do too much. But I do like the feeling. It adds a little bit more Bob. I like the name Bob for the cat. So that's that guy. Now we'll move on to this dude. I like him. He looks good. He looks really good. He looks ready for the table. Definitely feel like he's missing something, but I might go back and figure it out. Um, I feel like there was a lot of silver accenting that she had. She also painted the pipes. I'm not going to do that because every time I do it, my pipe works a little bad. I'm only just kind of getting these guys like looking nice. So then when the details go, then we'll move on with it. And our final guy, which I'm kind of the most proud of tonight, is this dude. He looks every bit of the word awesome. I didn't do the visor because I feel like you're not going to be able to see it, so it doesn't really matter. And even from these angles, still, I mean, we're not submitting this into a painting competition. I love the gold shield. I think it adds just enough of variety to keep it look, and it gives that skull a nice pop as well. Plus, the gold just looks absurdly good. Let me quickly fix this though. I see where I screwed up something here. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Just going around the little pipes there, kind of doing some touch-up work. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So at that being said, those are the three guys that we worked on tonight. I felt like we did her model homage. I feel like she did do a lot of silver like on the backpacks and stuff, and that's what makes it pops out the most. maybe I might try to do that. I see she did like the teal inside. I might try to do that. I don't know. But the pipes look really good. I might hit them with the strong shade too to add more of it. If you're ending the stream, can I get a hell yeah? I will at the end of this. But yeah, I feel like it's good enough. But hell yeah. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you guys so much. Happy Friday. More to come. I know I've been kind of absent a little bit. I'm actually pausing the stream now so I can do an upload for YouTube. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. And if you're new to the channel or interested in anything at all, or if you're even watching this, which I highly doubt you are through my VODs, subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. It means a lot more to me. And I love you guys. Bye.